Tesla has been a leader of the electric vehicle markets for quite some time now. It's widely popular for its up-to-date product updates and making the customer the king, as Tesla meets their consumer demands with every technological update. Think for yourself. Would you have imagined that we would have self-driving electric cars back in 2010? Or that we could even think of touring and settling on the planet Mars? Back then, it all seemed like a part of science fiction, didn't it? But just look at what Musk has managed to achieve with his companies which are leading the technological bandwagon, whether it's Tesla, SpaceX, or Neuralink. Thus, it's not surprising if Tesla continues to lead the EV markets for years to come. However, lately, Tesla has been undergoing a lot of changes in their existing presence and reach. Think of partnerships with other legacy brands and much more. This is something you may not have heard about in the tech channels too frequently. So let's dive into exploring the unspoken partnership of Tesla with brands that will change Tesla's already advanced line of offerings insanely. But before we start talking about the matter at hand, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to never miss any updates from us. First and foremost, let's start with something that you may have already come across regarding the Samsung-Tesla partnership. It is by now a well-established fact that the globally famous South Korean company has collaborated with perhaps the world's fastest emerging automobile manufacturer in a mutually beneficial partnership. This is because Tesla is now driving its focus on autonomously driven vehicles, laying great emphasis on providing them a fully operational one. That's why they've signed a deal with Samsung to work jointly on the production of a 5-nanometer semiconductor. The first question that you have in this regard is, what are the benefits of this deal to Tesla? Now, this semiconductor will be used for a variety of functions. For example, it would be utilized for in-vehicle infotainment or its master control systems. It would be manufactured by employing the extreme ultraviolet process. Do you find this partnership surprising? Well, let's look at the timeline of Tesla's previous associations with Samsung. The first collaboration is not that old if you look at it. Samsung and Tesla partnered for the first time in 2016 for developing a 14-nanometer semiconductor, and they successfully managed to create one. What makes this deal different from the previous one is the usage of argon fluoride process in the 2016 version, while the current relies on the extreme ultraviolet process. When semiconductor chips are concerned, Samsung has handled the situation very smartly. During the introduction of the 5-nanometer semiconductor, they introduced it solely for mobile phones, particularly the Exynos 2100. But soon something happened which provided the perfect opportunity for Samsung to capitalize on: the global chip shortage of 2020. Let's give you a gist of what exactly played out in case you're not familiar with this event. Due to the fluctuating consumption patterns during the pandemic, the supply chains experienced disruption during various points of time. The semiconductor chip supply chain was not safe from these disruptions. Since 2020, there's been a semiconductor chip shortage globally, as these chips are practically used in just about every device that we use. Due to this, there has been major production cutback in the automobile industry, as they could not continue the manufacturing process without adequate semiconductor supply. Global car makers like Ford, Toyota, Nissan, VW, and Fiat Chrysler automobiles had to scale back their output because of this. Guess what Samsung did? They saw this opportunity to enter the market in order to develop semiconductor chips for electric vehicles as well. Tesla has found a way to survive the semiconductor shortage in order to stay as the market leader in manufacturing electric vehicles. During Tesla's first quarter 2021 earnings call, their CEO Musk delineated the issue of the supply chain disruption and even compared it with the situation during World War II. He said, "This quarter, and I think we'll continue to see that a little bit in second quarter and third quarter, has some of the most difficult supply chain challenges that we've ever experienced in the life of Tesla, and the same difficulties with supply chain, with parts, over the whole range of parts. Obviously, people have heard about the chip shortage." However, interestingly, Tesla, being the dynamic company who manages to find the solution to technological problems and ace the race of developments, explained that they aren't expecting to be too affected by the chip shortage as compared to other automobile companies. They wrote in their shareholders letter, "In Q1, we were able to navigate through global chip supply shortage issues in part by pivoting extremely quickly to new microcontrollers, while simultaneously developing firmware for new chips made by new suppliers." Well, you must have guessed it by now, the new suppliers are none other than Samsung, which makes semiconductor chips based in South Korea. Samsung has also supplied Tesla with other EV-related technologies before, such as batteries, and reports even indicate that the new Pixel LED headlamp developed by Samsung will also be used by Tesla for its future EVs. Another rumor making the rounds is that Tesla is planning to outsource materials such as batteries and cameras from Samsung in developing the Tesla Model Pi. Samsung's tech quality, whether we talk its cameras or battery, it would certainly help in realizing the dreamy features of the Model Pi. It is, however, not confirmed yet, as Tesla still hasn't confirmed the actual features of their awaited phone model. Now that you have an understanding of their primary semiconductor deal, let's speak about another area of collaboration for Samsung and Tesla. Tesla has only recently initiated a bidding program to give out orders for camera modules in their EVs. As per what reports suggest, various big names in this field such as LG Innotek and Samsung Electromechanics are currently competing in order to win this bid. One thing you may be interested to know is that currently, LG Innotek is already one of the biggest camera suppliers for Tesla, as it had earlier secured a 1 trillion won $840 million contract with Tesla to manufacture cameras for its Model 3 and Model Y. As Tesla's aim is to increase its production and delivery capacity in 2022, it has the necessity to acquire a greater number of cameras in a short period of time. In case you're interested, the electric car models in the bidding process for which the camera modules have to be sourced are Tesla Model S sedan, Model X SUV, Model 3 sedan, Model Y crossover, and yet-to-be-released vehicles such as the Cybertruck and the Tesla Semi. But you may be wondering, how is it even good for anybody? Well, let's talk about the scale of the deal for this reason. To give you the gist of the quantity in question, we have some statistics in place. A single electric vehicle uses at least 8 camera modules. Considering that the bidding is for this year and the upcoming year's production volume, Samsung Electromechanics could receive a substantial order worth billions of dollars, as until last year, Samsung occupied only 30 to 40% of camera module supply for Tesla. Experts predict that Samsung could see its share increase to 50% depending on the results of the bidding process. This is not the first time that Tesla would make use of Samsung's camera modules. Various reports emerged during July of last year reporting about Tesla's $436 million deal with Samsung to provide camera modules for their Cybertruck. But wait, there's more. After reading about all these collaborations, you would be wondering how all these deals will positively impact Tesla. One fact that is established in the current narrative is that Tesla requires the supply from Samsung to sustain their EV production. Thus, a good relationship with the South Korean company will only put Tesla at an advantage in the aforementioned area. As Tesla likes to provide their customers with products produced by them, it's highly likely that Tesla might strike a proposition through which they can customize the semiconductors under their brand tag. With consistent partnership with Samsung, Tesla will eventually develop into an upgraded version of their current self. That being said, we cannot forget Tesla's potential. The company's recent success can be owed to the sales record they cracked in the last quarter of 2020 in order to catch up with its target. Not only did their cash holdings rise to $19.4 billion, they also achieved an operating margin of 6.3%. This certainly would not have been possible if Tesla wouldn't include Samsung as a part of their semiconductor source chain to counter the shortage that the automobile market was facing. Let us know what you think about Tesla's collaboration with Samsung in the comments below. Don't forget to like our video and share it with your fellow tech enthusiasts if you enjoyed watching it. Thanks for watching.